Hey, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? So I want to talk to you just for a few moments about Shawn Bolz, Mike Bickle, and their connections and why this matters. That's what's really important. Why does this matter of this connection? Okay, so we're talking mid 90s, maybe a little bit earlier. Shawn moves to Kansas City based on a prophetic word from Jill Austin, and he has back pain and all that. And he moves to Kansas City. Okay. And he goes through what's called Grace Training Center, which was the ministry school in the 90s that Deborah went through and multiple other victims went through at the time. So this is why this matters. Okay. Just to put it in context. So we have this happening, and then we go, uh, and then Shawn, and by the way, the school was ran by Sam Storms at the time. You may know that name. So at the time, so Shawn ends up teaching at the new school called Forerunner School of Prayer, which was this kind of continuation of Grace Training Center. So he's teaching on hearing the voice of God and the prophetic ministry and this and that. So that happens, and it was interesting. I'll just say it like that. And some of the things, and telling people in order to hear from God, be careful how you take blue light in, and this, and some of it just got weird. Okay, but it was what it was, and I was young. I mean, I was in my early 20s in this. So about 2002, 2003, um, I go with Shawn and a couple others. We go to a church in Columbia, Missouri, a couple hours away. It's where University of Missouri is based. A pastor tells us some details that are going on in a lady in the church. She's got some blood. She's got a blood condition, and can you guys pray for her? Cool. I'm cool with that. I was like figured the pastor would come to us at the end while we're praying for people and go, "Hey, this is the lady I told you about. Can you guys come with me and let's pray?" Okay. I was like, that's what I expected. Okay. Here's what happened. Shawn goes out there pretending to hear a word of the Lord, a prophetic word, a word of knowledge, as we understand words of knowledge, which I'm not quite sure how biblical that whole concept is now, but we'll leave that alone. And there's a lady here. You got a condition of in your blood, blah blah blah, and the Lord is highlighting you 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so after the pastor had told us what was going on, maybe a little bit more because we had some worship. Okay, so what? Okay, so this was clearly not a word from the Lord. This was clearly Shawn using what he had been told, um, and it was wrong. It was fundamentally wrong to do that. Okay. So, anyways, long story short, I go to Jill Austin. Jill's like, give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the Lord was giving him more information. I'm like, I don't think so, but I love you. I went to Mike Bickle. Mike gaslighted me on it. I went to Bob Jones about this, got a hold of Bob Jones. He blew it off. Okay, Paul blew it off. So all of these people blew it off. Okay, the end of the day, this later became a pattern for Shawn, and nobody said anything. So what we now know about Mike, we know what flows from father to son, and we know that the things that Mike was doing, that Shawn was doing, that was mentored by Mike. And so there was a free pass at sin, both of false prophecy as well as sexual immorality. And we know that contaminated Shawn and made Shawn the way he is because it was acceptable because of what Mike was doing. So this is the conversation that we need to have. And I don't know that we are really ready for this conversation. But this is where we are. I want to be clear. The leadership of IHOP is silent on this issue. They have not said a word, and that is problematic. That is super problematic. Their silence is deafening. It is by not speaking, they are speaking and saying that they condone what Shawn was doing, why he was here in Kansas City. Uh, it's this leadership changes names, but they don't change spirits. That's just the reality. So that's all I really wanted to put out there. I wanted to clear what I know, what I didn't know about Mr. Shawn and his behavior, why he was in Kansas City. See ya.